Hello again. Welcome back. This is the unit on what we used to call the mole. Okay, the mole is probably the biggest unit in chemistry. You'll hear about this everywhere you go in chemistry, in the future in chemistry, or anything that has to do with chemistry is going to involve the mole. Okay, so for future, if you plan on taking any chemistry classes or get into the medical field of any sort, you need to know to focus on this. If you're not, learn as much as you can, because this will extend all the way through probably till summer now. So the mole is a very big deal. So before we begin the mole, I need to teach you a concept called dimensional analysis first, because you need to know this. Dimensional analysis. All this is changing from one dimension to another, from one unit changing from one unit to another. And to do this, you need what we call a conversion factor. Conversion factor. A conversion factor is a ratio of two things that are of equal value but with different units. Things like 4 quarters is equal to $1, right? So the top and the bottom, they have equal value, but they are different units. Okay, 1 foot is equal to 12 inches. Are they not the same? They were absolutely the same. So all conversion factors need to reduce to be equal to 1. The top equal to the bottom. Just like when you learn in math, 4 over 4 is equal to 1, right? So all conversion factors will end up being equal to 1. You can probably think of a lot more, okay? 3 feet is equal to 1 yard, so 3 feet is 1 yard. It's the same thing as writing 1 yard is 3 feet, okay? These are conversion factors. So when do you use which one? It depends on what you're given and what you are looking for. And so we should have a couple questions here to practice that before we get into the mole concept. So 5,400 inches to miles. So our first one is 5,400 inches. We always start with what we're given. And you'll multiply it by a conversion factor to get rid of the inches. So if inches is here, what you're going to do is you're going to find a conversion factor of inches down here. And logically, you want to get to inches to miles. So what's our steps? Inches. We have some information on here. What can we go from inches? We can go to feet, right? We know how many feet is in 1 inch. And from feet we can go to miles. Because it tells you here 1 mile is that many feet. Right? So inches, what do we know about inches? 12 inches is equal to 1 foot. Okay? Top and bottom must be equal, conversion factor. We need to get to miles, so we need to add in another conversion factor. Then the feet is on top now. Notice the inches cancel out. 1 on top, 1 on the bottom. You bring the feet down to the bottom of the next one. What do we know about feet and miles? 1 mile is 5,280 feet. Okay, so that's that. When you have miles, you stop there. Notice the feet cancel out. All you're left is with miles, what you're looking for. Okay, so let us see. Here it is. You multiply everything on top. 5400 times 1 times 1, which doesn't change anything. 5400. Divide by the bottom. Divide by 12. Divide by 5280, and we get 0.085 miles. And that's how you do that. Okay? And so, the next problem, 16 weeks. 16 weeks. Sometimes you see a grid that looks like that. Same thing as multiplying, except we draw it like a grid. And you see this a lot more often in chemistry. Okay? 16 weeks. And this little part in the middle here is like a multiplication sign. 16 weeks. So we start with weeks. Weeks will go down here. What do you know about a week? 1 week is equal to 7 days. What's next down at the bottom? Now the weeks is gone. We already changed it to days. Now we know 1 day is equal to 24 hours. Right? We just keep going until we get to 1 hour is 60 minutes. Hour cancel out. 1 minute is 60 seconds. And we need to find seconds. We stop there. Okay? So logically, we multiply. Now we multiply every number on top. Divide all the numbers on the bottom. It's going to be a huge number. 16 times 7 times 7 times 24 times 60 times 60. All the bottom numbers are 1, so you don't need to divide them. Okay? Pretty simple as that. That's dimensional analysis. You change from one dimension, from one unit to another, using what we call conversion factors. And conversion factors, what's the requirement? The top and the bottom must have equal value. Okay? Although different units, they will cancel to 1. 7 days is equal to 1 week. 24 hours is equal to 1 day. 60 minutes is equal to 1 hour. So they have to be equal to each other in terms of value. Okay? So let's do one more. 54 yards to millimeters. So what conversion factors do we have here? We have inch to centimeters, and 10 millimeter is equal to 1 centimeters. Okay? Are you supposed to know that? It would be nice if you know that, but if you don't, it should be given to you. So I gave it to you. 54 yards. What do we know about yard? We know that 1 yard is equal to 3 feet. So we put 1 yard down here because whatever we start on top, we bring to the bottom of the next one. 1 yard is 3 feet. Okay, then we bring the unit feet down. So that cancels out. So always bring it down to the next one. 3 feet. So we know, no, not 3 feet. 1 feet is 12 inches. Okay, so there we go. What do we know about inch? Again, we need to go to the meter stuff, the meter side. So then 1 inch is 2.54. So 1 inch is 2.54 centimeters. And it says 1 centimeter is equal to 10 millimeter. Okay, so then all the inches, all these cancel out except the last one, and that's what you're looking for. Okay, confusing? Maybe. But doable? Yes. Just takes practice. Look at it over and over again. So that is what we call dimensional analysis. Okay, change one unit to another. Notice the pattern. Whatever we start with here goes on to the next one. Just the unit, not the number. Whatever we have here, the feet goes on to the next one. The inches go down to the next one. Centimeters go down to the next one. So if you follow that pattern, this mole unit should be just fine.